Alrighty, I am so excited to show you guys how to make these super cozy and quick crochet slipper socks. These are so simple to make, very good for like a beginner project. It's a great introduction into making crochet socks if that's something that you're interested in, but are a little overwhelmed with the idea of a toe and heel and all that. These are constructed from the toe up, so we will start down here at the base of the toe and then work all the way up to the top of the cuff. They are crocheted without a heel, so they're designed to be kind of more of a tube sock. These are definitely great for like wearing around the house or cozying up on the couch. I wouldn't really recommend wearing them with shoes because they are very thick. But I hope that you enjoy making them. So we're going to go ahead and get started. You're going to need 150 to 200 grams of any bulky weight yarn, and this can be any combination of yarn that you choose. I will link all of the yarns that I have used for these samples down in the description box, as well as all of the other materials that you'll need and the pattern itself. But just really quickly, for this pair I used 1 strand of bulky weight yarn. For this pair, I used 3 strands of fingering held together. And then in the pair that I'm going to be making today, I have 1 already made. I used 3 strands of fingering held together again. So it's a great stash busting project. You could hold a strand of worsted and fingering, 2 strands of DK. There's really endless options that you could do in terms of yarn, so definitely just have fun with it. They also don't have to be matching. You could totally make a crazy pair and just go through a bunch of scraps, which would be super fun. So I'm also going to be using a 7mm crochet hook, and then you're going to need scissors and a yarn needle handy. I'm actually not going to be using a stitch marker because I'm going to be working in a spiral, and I'll show you why. It's just not really important that you need one for this specific project, but if you want to keep track of the exact amount of rounds and be really precise with it, you can grab one of those. Alrighty, like I mentioned, I'm going to link the pattern in the description box below. You can find the PDF as well as the blog post versions listed down there. We're going to go ahead and get started today by making a magic ring. If you prefer a different method, you could do a slip knot and then chain 3 and join to form a ring and work in there. Whatever method you prefer, but I really love magic rings. So I'm going to wrap my yarn twice around my 2 fingers, crossing them in the back. And then I'm going to take my hook and go under the first strand, grab the second, pull through, and twist to lock that in place. And then I'm going to take that loop off my fingers and chain 1. And now I'm ready to begin round 1. So for round 1, I'm going to place 7 half double crochet stitches into this ring. This number is going to vary just a little bit depending on what size that you're doing, and I will list those up in the corner here. But basically, this is the only thing that's going to be different in this pattern, regardless of what size that you're doing. It's just the amount of stitches that you start with. So for the size small, I'm doing 7. For the size medium, you would do 8. For size large, you would do 9. If you want to make these even smaller, you could totally do like go down to 5 stitches or 6 stitches for this beginning round. If you're making these for like a small child or a toddler, it'd be a very easy way to modify the pattern a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to work 7 half double crochets into this magic ring, just like so. Like I mentioned, I am using 3 strands of fingering weight yarn held together today. I love using that to just kind of go through quite a bit of stash. All right, there's 6 and 7. Now I'm going to pull my tail shut to close that. I'm also going to choose to work over this tail over the next few stitches to go ahead and weave it in so that I don't have to worry about it later. This is totally optional, but I like saving myself that step in the future. Now we're going to be working in a spiral for these socks, so I am not going to slip stitch. I'm just going to go right into my first stitch here to start round 2. So I'm going to insert my hook into the first stitch, and I'm also going to place that tail over my hook so that I can work over it. For this round, we're going to work 2 half double crochet stitches in every single stitch around. So place a marker if you want, or just count. It's completely up to you. But we're going to place 2 half double crochet stitches into each stitch around. I just finished round 2. I worked 2 half double crochet stitches in each stitch around. Now for round 3, we are going to just work 1 half double crochet in each stitch. So you'll have the same number of stitches as you started with. No increasing or decreasing for this round. Just half double crochet in each stitch around. Okay, there we go. Now for round 4 and our last round of the toe, this is also going to be our last increase round. We're going to work 1 half double crochet in the next stitch, 2 half double crochets in the next stitch, and we're going to repeat that all the way around. So again, half double crochet in the next stitch, 2 half double crochet stitches in the following stitch. Again, half double crochet in the next stitch, 2 half double crochets in the following stitch. Okay, I have finished round 4, which means the toe of my sock is now complete. A great way to know immediately if you have the right number of stitches, just multiply however many stitches you started with in that initial ring by 3. So I started with 7 stitches, multiply that by 3, and I should have 21 stitches around, which I do. So I know that I have the right number of stitches. Now I am ready for the easiest part of the entire sock, and we're just going to half double crochet in each stitch around until the sock is as tall as we want it to be. So the best way that I recommend making these be the best size for you is just to make the entire length of your foot plus a few inches for the leg. So my foot is about 8 inches long. So I'm going to work until I have 8 inches, and then I'm going to add a good 3 to 4 inch chunk of extra fabric for the leg of my sock. So that's kind of how you can make these to be any size that you want, as long as you know the person's foot size. It is very easy to accommodate. If you have any questions about that, don't hesitate to send me an email or leave a comment down below. I also have that instruction listed in the pattern itself. So like I said, we're just going to half double crochet in each stitch around until your sock is as long as you want it to be, and then we will add one more round to finish off the sock. So you can place a stitch marker and keep great track of your rows if that's something that you would like to do. I like to just ignore the stitch marker idea and just crochet. I think it just makes me go a little bit faster, honestly. And then at the end, I will just count the amount of rows that I did so that I can make the second sock match. And then how you count rows for half double crochet, each stitch is 1 row. So you can see these nice little ridges here. So for this sock, I did 25 rounds from toe all the way to the top, and then I have 1 more round for the cuff here. So that's how many rows I did. You're probably gonna need a little bit more. My feet are pretty small, but like I said, you can do these, make these be any length that you like. So I'm just going to keep crocheting until my sock is as long as I want it to be. And then I will meet you back here for that final round to close it off. Alrighty, so I have finished my 25 rounds for my own sock. Again, this can be any length that you think is best for your foot or for the recipient's foot. And now I am ready for the last round. So for this round, we're just going to single crochet in each stitch around to give us a nice edge. So just insert your hook into that next stitch and work 1 single crochet in each stitch around. Again, this is just to kind of give it a little bit of a neater edge. It kind of brings the cuff in just a little bit instead of having that flare that we would have if we were to just finish off with that last round of half double crochet. So I'm just placing 1 single crochet in each stitch around until I get back to the beginning of my round. A couple more stitches here. There we go. And then once I get to that first stitch, I'm just going to insert my hook and work a slip stitch into that to join that round. Cut my yarn. Oops. and then yarn over and pull through to secure. And that is all there is to it. So you can weave in this end and the end from the toe if you haven't already done that, and then your slipper socks will be complete. I hope that you enjoyed following this tutorial. Again, check out all of the links for the pattern and the materials that I used in this tutorial linked down below. Be sure to subscribe and then hit that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any future videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.